The question is, do you think the growth is going to remain in Gen X and your daughter's generation, or will it just grow with that generation, or will indeed it encapsulate a broader age group as it grows?
Well, when we invested, I think the company had something like 100,000 daily users, and now they have something like 158 million daily users, and that's 5 years later. So we've seen plenty of growth. What really captured our attention, though, was the engagement and the time that these kids were spending on it. Like I said, my daughter and her friends were, going on the app 30 times a day, and they still do that today. So, these kids live on this app, and they spend a lot of time communicating with each other.
So Barry, the haters out there that say, look, this isn't going to be the next Facebook, you're saying it doesn't actually need to be, but it's the depth of addiction really to this particular app. Does it need to grow much past 158 million?
Well, I don't know. I think every new social media platform grows and develops its audience and its revenue in a different way, and I think Snapchat is also taking its own course.
I've got to dig into the rest of your portfolio because as 2017 goes, it's pretty stellar. You're in App Dynamics. I think I spoke to Jeremy yesterday, who was saying you're in that for 10 years. They then suddenly get bought quickly by Cisco the day before they're meant to list. We've then got MuleSoft, which is on the list to list itself and go public soon enough. Is this a perfect storm for companies to go public right now? Or are you actually leaning on your portfolio companies to go public?
No, I think, we feel fortunate to have some of our companies have these liquidity events, and you mentioned, 4 of them, and including Nutanix, but it wasn't like we made these investments yesterday. We made Nutanix and App Dynamics, 8 and 10 years ago. MuleSoft was about 7 years ago, and of course Snapchat 5 years ago. So these things take time to build the business and really become mature enough companies to be able to stand alone as a public company. And we're thrilled that we have a number of these things happening this year. It's been a nice year for us.
Do you think it will continue? I mean, we're at heady heights when you look at the indices, near record highs, if not at record highs. Had the market soured, would you have been as willing to see Snap go public right here, right now?
I think that's a question for the company to make, but I think that good companies, we've seen in the past, good companies can go public in bad markets. And then, of course, in really good markets, a lot of companies can go public. I think what people are hoping is that Snapchat creates some excitement in the IPO market, and maybe some other companies can follow.